Yo, what is up folks, G here with a pretty cool deck. This is Insidious Roots with a crime engine inside of it as well. We have Forsaken Miner down here, Karvek, and a really nice shell around that with this Agatha Skull Cauldron and Tyvar Jubilant Brawler. Let's start from the bottom. 4 copies of Forsaken Miner. Black for a 2-2. It can't block, but whenever you commit a crime, you can pay black and bring it back from the graveyard to the battlefield. Super important. Alongside that, we then have a Bloodsoaked Champion. Black for 2-1. Again, can't block. I guess that's a little bit of a sub-theme. But Raid, so 1 on the black, if you've attacked this turn, you can return it from your graveyard to the battlefield. These are both really important because they're creatures that you can kind of like sacrifice to things, namely Priest of Forgotten Gods. But when Priest makes mana, you can bring them back straight away with the ability to target here with the Crime for Forsaken Miner or with the Raid ability. The Forsaken Miner ability is a little bit harder to time because the Crime trigger will resolve before you get the mana from Priest, but you can still kind of like, hey, do a bunch of stuff with that and chain it off a little bit. But both of these come back from your graveyard for some mana. Awesome. Trigger Insidious Roots, all that stuff. Okay. 4 Stitches Supply. We want to stack our graveyards, then get things back out with Insidious Roots. Awesome. It's also another thing you can sacrifice to Priest of Forgotten Gods, or another card here, Fiend Artisan, which we'll get to as well. Lastly, for Death Threat Chamber, we're putting a bunch of cards into our graveyard. We're milling ourselves, hey, sometimes it's land acceleration, sometimes it's interaction for our opponent's graveyard, and sometimes it's just like straight damage to your opponent's face. Does everything while, again, being like a nice way to trigger Insidious Roots while gaining you some life. Lastly, at 1, we have 3 copies of Fatal Push, just early interaction for aggro decks. Try not to die too quickly before you can get everything going online. So yeah, your first few turns will play out kind of like setting up, and then you kind of take over the game. And one of the big cards to do that is Priest of Forgotten Gods. Insidious Roots is like a little bit slower, which is a 2-mana enchantment. The time you play it, it's probably not doing anything, but then it starts to do a bunch of stuff. Priest gives you like a really important way to interact with your opponent, what they're doing, so you don't get run over early, especially in conjunction with Tyvar Jubilant Brawler to bring it back, and most importantly, let it activate as though it had haste, so you can play it and activate it straight away. Super, super powerful. So, Priest, sacrifice 2 creatures, any number of target players each lose 2 life to sacrifice a creature, and then you get black, black, and draw a card. It does a ton of stuff. It triggers Crime for the winner, and yeah, and for Karvek, which we'll also get to. And it's a 2 mana, so you can bring it back with Tyvar from the -2. So, Priest, bunch of amazing things to sacrifice, and then either bring back or get additional value from. Another active ability creature that we can use with Tyvar is Fiend Artisan. Plus one for each creature card in your graveyard, okay, but has this really cool ability, X, and then black green hybrid. Tap, sacrifice another creature, search your library for a creature card with mana value X or less, put it onto the battlefield, and then shuffle, activate it as a sorcery. You can tier up Karvek, you can tier up Priest. These are probably your 2 main options. And in particular, if you've got Tyvar in play, to either start untapping Priest, to let you kind of go like, all right, okay, I'm going to use a Priest, attack it to Priest Artisan, get another Priest, go again using the mana from Priest. You can do all kinds of crazy nonsense. Seems really sweet. Insidious Roots itself, the creature tokens you control have tap and mana of any color, but whenever 1 or more creature cards leave your graveyard, make an O1 plant, put a counter on each plant you control. This is the engine card of the deck. We can take over the game pretty quickly with this. Like, you need a little bit of setup, but then you kind of take over the game. It'll take you into the late game. Just kind of like just build a board too strong to kind of break. And hey, and again, provides a bunch of food for your Priest of Forgotten God as well, and kind of does everything. Another card for Insidious Roots is Scrap Heap Scrounger. So we've got a total of 10 creature cards coming back from our graveyard. Scrounger, 1 in a black, exile another card from your graveyard. Sorry, another creature card. And it comes back from your graveyard to the battlefield. Importantly, because it exiles another creature card and then also comes back itself, it is 2 Insidious Roots triggers, which is really, really nice. And it's just a little bit more expensive to activate than some of these, but hey, 3-2 gets into the red zone. Again, can't block. Again, like, something going on. Alright. Agatha's Soul Cauldron. This card kind of is another just like does everything. You may spend mana as a mana of any color to activate both creatures you control, whatever, cool, that doesn't really matter. But creatures you control with some swan counters on them have all activated ability cards of all creature cards exiled with Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Okay. But then exile target card from a graveyard. Gives you like some graveyard hate as well. Like, hey, you're probably not going to lose something like Respan within this deck. When a creature card is exiled this way, put a counter on target creature you control. Okay, we've got like a bunch of activated abilities here. The biggest one is like Priest of Forgotten Gods, again, like getting away to use this. Getting to do that while then also making tokens with Insidious Roots for exiling the creature cards from your graveyard. Also lets you use like Death Threat Shaman, can do some pretty cool stuff. And importantly, all the creatures from Insidious Roots have +1/+1 counters, and so can activate the abilities of other. You see this is going just like huge wombo combo. Tyvar is one of the cards that kind of ties everything together. 1 black-green, comes out with 3 ability. As a static ability, you may activate abilities of creatures you control as though those creatures have haste. By itself is super, super powerful. Lets you activate Fiend Artisan, Priest of Forgotten Gods, Deathrite Shaman, do all that stuff. Lets you tap all the Insidious Roots tokens for mana the turn they come into play. +1 to untapped on target creature. Again, recurring like multiple Priest of the Forgotten Gods effects can just put someone just way, way under, just take them out of the game completely, and break through boards. But also -2 mill 3 cards that return a creature card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That could be Fiend Artisan, and that could be Priest of the Forgotten Gods. And it's also like another way to trigger Insidious Roots, which is super nice. Unfortunately, you can't get Roots back with it, but hey, it does pretty much everything else, and also gives you a bunch of resiliency versus control decks. And the last card to talk about is Karvek the Punisher. 1 black for a 3/3. Whenever you commit a crime, exile up to 1 target black card from your graveyard and copy it. You may cast the copy. Okay, so you can recur a bunch of different stuff here. You've got a load of different ways to trigger crime. Soul Squadron does it, Priest does it, we've got the Fatal Pushes here. Deathrite Shaman can target your opponent's graveyard. Tyvar can actually untap your opponent's creatures if you're in like a really tough spot. But hey, you get a bunch of recursion here as well. Karvek can just let you rebuild your board if you get wrathed. And also just take, again, just like annihilate your opponent out of the game. It's great. The mana base is very straightforward. 2 Mortuaries, get some extra value here because you actually want to put cards in your graveyard. We've got a bunch of things we can just like, oh yeah, I'm happy to just dump this. 4 Overgrown Tomb, 1 Land Mortuaries, 4 Darkboard Pathway, 4 Blooming Marsh, 2 Beseiju, 1 Takanuma, and 2 Swamp. There are a couple of cards that are really, really good against us. One of those is Temporary Lockdown, and so the second Beseiju does a lot of work there. And hey, I'm going to be playing Best of 1 ranks, but also run through the sideboard. We've got an extra copy of Fatal Push. As aggro decks, we've got 2 copies of Haywire Might, where there's problematic artifacts and enchantments. 2 Night of Dust Shadow, which is a really nice one to have access to versus Amalia combo or Angels. 2 Damping Spheres. Decent versus Phoenix. Obviously, Lotus Field isn't like that popular on Arena. You can play it, but hey, it's not as important as it would be in Pioneer. 4 copies of Thoughtseize, Hand Disruption versus combo decks, and 4 copies of Pick Your Poison, which is just like one of the best green sideboard cards at the minute. Alright, like I said, I'm going to take this into some Best of 1 Explorer ranked. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. I'd really, really appreciate it. Please do want to keep posting videos, and let's get into some matches. Alright, first match in with the Nehru stack. Supply Scrounger, a little bit of interaction, and the lands for Tyvar 2. Pretty good. I have one of our like major payoffs, but hey. Overgrown Farmland heavily implies Angels, which means you want to get this Priest online as fast as possible. It's not going to really affect our turn 1 here, but load a supplier up. Yeah. Like, the supplier goes on particularly aggressive, but when you're drawing, like, miners and the Bloodset Champions, you can put a lot of damage in quite early. Oh, maybe not. You just still just do this. I'm not even gonna offer the change here. How can bring back Deathrite? Oh, that's pretty awkward, actually. Okay, we have Roots, though. You can get Roots down here and then have time off for next turn. Yeah, we have a Fatal Push floating. I'm just thinking if we want to attack here. If they block, we can, like, do some shenanigans, but I don't think it's really. I'm gonna save this to catch, like, a Bishop. I'm still just assuming this is Angels. It could be, like, Green-White Company, but, yeah, we'll see here. Now we count our Lucky Stars or whatever. Do they hit? I mean, like, the optimal is, like, we hit, like. Let's do this now. It's still getting light triggers, it doesn't matter, but. They may face it. I'll leave this in play. Now? No, we hit Priest. We hit Priest. We get man. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think this goes pretty well. So we can play Tyvar. We're gonna down tick. This will Ooh, Fiend Artisan's even wilder. I think we actually want Supplier here. Whenever we get back to the make a token, we've got a land drop, we can play the priest and activate straight away. So I'm gonna get back a Supplier to kind of feed our graveyard a little bit. Okay. Go ahead and make priest. You can activate this. Submit here. Sacrifice the 2 suppliers. Yeah. Basically looking for something that we can bring back from our yard. I guess the token. This will resolve. Does tap for mana, but we need to attack to do that. So Scoundrel to play. Alright. I think he'll Tyvar here, but we're going to be able to throw back some damage that way. What we're really scared about is them just having a bunch of companies. Because hopefully we can priest the Gotten Gods through all the way through the rest of the creatures, if not. Also, like, hey, they might not attack Tyvar. That'd be really cool. But they're going to attack Tyvar, I think. That is an inevitability. That is an awkward amount of mana. Bishop, unfortunately, lets them kind of get through Priest really, really well. That's not going to cut it by itself, but we can do some stuff. You play Scrounger, activate Priest, sack both Scoungers. You can bring them back and do some stuff. Alright, let's see what we draw here as well. Alright, Elf going, Miner. Sure. Use the mana here. We'll exile a Death Ray from our graveyard. And yeah, this is 2 triggers for the roots. With the plus champion, use this can attack actually. So we have 3 mana here to use. Like this. So we can bring back both of the body, any color. This now, I'm gonna get a. We're still in pretty big trouble. We want them to. We want to keep them off of the Magic 27. This was a block and a half. We will activate Exile Stitch Supply. Getting to eat the bishop here is huge. No, he's looking to get a lot bigger. You can activate this at instant speed as well, so you can attack and then activate before damage happens or before whatever. Okay, back to 29 is rough. They need to be quite careful though. They're gonna go red zone. They have a follow up. They do not. I don't want to make the maths too easy, but we can do some extra stuff. We'll do this again. Bonus roots is pretty nuts, right? We've got a black play on this. Front 6. I'll exile Spire here. Got a combat attacks. We can use both of these. We have a pretty nice lethal angle. This is a good draw, but even without it, I think we still have enough here. And this is another 4 triggers. That's on. I'm gonna wait for a second. Alright, nice. Do the next game. Alright, match 2. This time we do have roots in our opener. And Scrappy Scavenger. That game is a good illustration to like how much power Scrappy Scavenger puts out with Insidious Roots, just because each activation is 2 cards, and Priest being able to put them into your graveyard and then also give you mana to activate them is just pretty wild overall. We'll still lead off with Display. And depending on what our opponent's doing, we will either make Roots or play Priest. And there's a small chance we make Scavenger, but what's up? Symbiosis. Okay, I think if in doubt, we just get the Priest online. Then we're looking to like be in a position to go Roots plus thing. You can't actually Roots plus Scavenger here. Okay, let's come up with Supply. Alright, let's do this. This way we have that we are actually floating the Priest activation. In case that he has something crazy. If they're on like if they somehow are in like black green vampires and make a vein ripper here, we have an answer for that. That's actually not that far from the truth. I was thinking like, yeah, fight rigging could be on that kind of an angle, to be fair. We have some insulation against that with the Priest at least. See what they got going on. So we now have a new Scrounger. I'll play this on green. Make Roots. Make the Scrounger. And we'll go ahead and attack with these. Because we can do the whole this thing. We can make a mind about whether we want to sack the player or whether we want to sack one of the Scroungers. The Scroungers do beat down for 3 mana if they've got no creatures in play. Who we're working with. Some 3 or 4 mana 6-power creature. This resolves. I'm gonna respond to that. Target them. Let's see the Scavenger in play. Ooh, useful for later. But I'm gonna do this now so I don't accidentally lose the mana. We'll get rid of the supplier. Yeah. Like playing this Besagi was terrible and bad, and I should not have done that. I want to make that clear before I activate stuff here. I'm gonna go attacks. Go ahead and bring this back. Sacrifice this target. Attack these. Use the black from the mortuary to pay for this. And use the black from the attack. As I say, that was a mistake. But alright, match number 3. Again, really solid hand. Can be quite aggressive as well with the champion, but let's see what we're up to. Getting Death Right in play early when we have like supplier could be quite good, but I think here we just want to run out the champion. Get our aggro on, essentially. Swamp Thoughtseize. Okay. Right. Priest says they're playing a creature deck. Getting Death Right into play now would be kind of neat. Death Right into play hold up push is kind of. I'm actually do this. We like have the ability to just ag them out here. We can make the Insidious Roots next turn, or like use Deathbright Shaman with the push if they play a creature. Which, like, given they killed the priest, that they've got to be a little bit worried about. Ooh, blue black. Okay. We go to combat. We got They've not seen the Fatal Push, which is kind of nice. I guess given they're playing blue black, like maybe Rogues is likely. Edict. Maybe we take damage here. We just spin the champion. They're on 11. Minor. If we want to. I just feel like awkward delaying Insidious Roots, but I think that this is probably. The minute creatures, they have it's a sorcery for exile. They did a couple of damage. Death Rate's like pretty close to be able to burn them out if we get to connect with their attack. Oh. Sure. Yeah, so I was not expecting this card. This is just royal creatures, but they don't get to untap their lands. They will get to you now. This is also not the greatest. I'm just gonna pass. And then on their end step, we'll bring back the Scrounger. That's their way to fizzle it.
There are so many mysteries to uncover.
See what else? Yeah, Bounty's is an interesting choice. I wonder if that. Who fires? Gosh. Let's get rid of the death. There are 11. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't care. I actually don't care about the Narset denying us cards right now. This set of attacks, probably. Okay. Go ahead and bring back the champion.
Wait a moment.
They're on 5. To kill this, we let's go. I can use in hand because it's like 1 mana cheaper than bringing something back if we want to use priest in a bit. Like, not gonna matter a ton. Depends what they can do off of fires here. Did something good. Monty's annoying. Okay. But fine. We have creature stacks are still. Yeah. We're in a similar situation here. Are we going to say go and then look to end step the Scared Priest around you? And this only lets them cast spells during their turn. Bay of Wishes. Yeah. What are you wishing for? Rest in peace? In. The lethal attack. Yep. We do get there. Awkward. Very sweet deck though. Curious to see what else is going on over there. Alright, the next one. Alright, match 4. We're 3-0 at the minute, which is pretty nice. Alright, maybe now's the time we play Death Right on 1. Put it to the mulligan. Ooh, also we've not had a Soul Culturing game yet. This is pretty hype. I'll lead with Death Right. Ruiner formats. But this one it's fine. And has been remarkably fine. Gilded Goose. Like Amalia stuff. 3. Just wanna get the priest online here. In case I'm wrong, I will do this. To be fair, we're in a bit of an awkward spot with the. We don't have another creature right now. Okay, so it's a Wild Growth Walker. Right, yeah. A veteran. They have a life gain source. Okay, cool. Right. Well, so we need black mana open. Let's see if we hit a land here off the Citrus Supplier. That would tell us a lot. We don't, we do not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna do something with that mana, but I don't know. Guess we don't get to use this if we sack it. Alright, we might punt here. I'm gonna activate this main phase so we get to see more cards. Oh, we hit a Scrounger. Which is big in theory. We can't really afford to wait for this. I just like holding the Fatal Push because Amalia. They don't have a white source right now, but obviously it could be sandbagging one. Doesn't keep it. Do they have a land? Alright, given that we have a priest in play, I'm gonna kill the Wild Wraith Walker now. I'm gonna be mad efficient with it as well. We hit a second Insidious Roots. Oh gosh. Depends if we think they can play the full combo in one turn here. They didn't have a third land last time. We also get to kill one of these. Basically thinking, do we Soul Cauldron here? Wait, this is the wrong order to do this in. Oh dear. Okay, well, I'll do some lighting or something. They just don't have a line and we're gonna be dead. I'm gonna be feel real stupid, which is fine. Yeah, we're gonna do this and then play the Soul Culture with the mana off of it. Oh, alright. This is not what I was hoping for. Oh well, this is what I was hoping to avoid. Oh yeah, imagine they explore into the land. Imagine they explore into the land, I said. So, we could win through Amalia. They just have it. The best thing, actually, is that if they do go off here, and we have a Priest of the Forgotten Gods in our graveyard, that we can then put under the Ag of the Soul Culture, and we're all of a sudden super online. So I think, actually, if they Wild Growth Walker from here, they lose the game. Yeah, this was aggressive. I wanted to play both of these, but we needed to scrap each Scrounger before we did this. So we had the man, because Scrappy Scrounger gives us the creatures to sack to priest to then trigger the. Yeah. Right, because we can. Okay, I think we can put them in the lock. I think we can, actually. I have some faith in this. I have to click resolve on each of these, though. Yeah, this is my plan all along. This was some sick bait. And we're still gonna have to play from them having infinite life. which is a problem if they manage to find the Aetherworks, an Aetherworks reservoir. To be fair, but I'm hoping they don't do that. I'm going to corner them in. The problem with the other line is that we're a ton slower if we exile the Wildgrowth Walker the Cauldron. So we're limit testing, letting them go off instead of trying to trap with that. Like if they have another Wildgrowth Walker in their hand, present some other problems. There are 64. Yeah, we can't play through the reservoir. $14, $15. They probably know this. Yeah, maybe this is dumb. I kind of forgot about the reservoir. But they might not find it. While. 19, 18. 19. 20. I can leave that on top. Yeah, so we're gonna exile the Migraine Guard, please. Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Alright. So we're gonna get 2 of these. They need to discard some cards. So they have returned to the ranks. Which is good, but has to actually target a number of creatures. They can't currently cast it either. I will cast this. I'm gonna say go here. What do I want to do? So they can tap this to convoke. They can just cast it. If they have 2 Wildgrowth Hoggers, it's doesn't make too much of a difference. This is pretty funny. We've done some calculations here. Sort of. Like bucket calculations. They return to the ranks targeting cards. So first, so these are targeted. Okay, yeah, sure. I'll exile a Deathrite Shaman. Well, we'll use this here. Like these two. I'll pay here. I'll use the mana. Oh, okay. Hey, we get there in like the sloppiest, scuffiest way possible, but we are 4-0 with the deck. So, alright. We are 4-0 with Insidious Roots so far. Again, very solid hand. Reading. Make your second minor. Best turn over. Yeah. There's some interesting sequencing choices. Rug. Oh. Ooh. Oh golly. This might be a lost. This game might go poorly. I feel like we need this. Yeah, just in case, but like we're not gonna be able to interact with whatever Marvel thing they're doing, probably. We're not gonna have the right interaction for that. Yeah. Let's see. They just sack this, go to 6, and then untap Marvelous, and if they hit Ulamog, it's probably each over. But we'll see. The worst bit is that the cast trigger to XLT permanence resolves before the Ulamog hits the battlefield, so we can't even priest it away. Okay, we set up multiple priests, it's a better chance. But alright, let's play this. Any responses to the Stitch Supply? Any interaction most of the interaction they do here will prevent them being able to I don't know, harness. We could deny them the energy, but I don't think that's it, because we've got nothing else to do on mana. They also are clearly not super happy about the priest. I think it's probably prudent. Oh, let's change things a little bit, but I'm still gonna full priest here and can move to the red zone for 2. Alright, so we shouldn't get Marvel this turn. Maybe that means they don't have the Marvel. Because one thing is that there aren't like loads of great ways to draw into it. Okay. Yeah. Awkward intend to bring this back, but I guess we see if they block. We try to block. Fair enough. We're gonna have to sacrifice both these anyway, so I think this is... Oh, I say have to. Going to sacrifice both anyway. Cauldron or Scrounger? Okay, Scrounger. This is the angle of... Alright. If they have an Ulamog, we won't be able to respond with the priest at like a point where it's relevant. So, hey. Land 4, there's the Marvel. That Marvel does happen. Alright, what are we gonna get hit by? We're spinning wheels. It's like this is over the last like I don't know, like 6 videos. I think I've ran into like 3 different Marvel decks. I have a blue-green list built, but okay. I'm pretty excited to see if there's anything, as if there's like enough stuff to make it relevant in like historic timeless when we get MH3 stuff through. But like, the Allurin is like, and the Recurring Nightmare are both very very sweet. You control my next turn. Okay. How are we doing that? I want to use this fatal push here. Can't use it here, unfortunately. I want to use this fatal push. They can't fatal push my Priest of the Forgotten God. Yes. No, this is actually the superior play. Because we actively want the Scrappy Scrounger in our graveyard. Yeah, my turn. And then I get a turn after this. You can target. Unfortunately, you can target yourself with Priest of Forgotten Gods. It's awkward. But they at least cannot sack the priest. Oh, they can because the trigger. Yeah. They can also tack stuff into the Emrakul. I don't know if they would want to actually play any of the other cards here. Probably attack Emrakul into the... Attack something into the Emrakul. Pass. We don't have great outs. We kind of hoping to draw a Tybar. Drawing Tybar would do it. That is not a Tybar. We're not currently, at least we're not currently getting lethal. Okay. So we have one Scrounger to make 2 tokens. We have a Soul Cauldron which can make another one. Oh, yeah. Ah, I'm done. I'm so stupid. Let's exile this here. We can then use the Soul Cauldron, exiling my priest from a graveyard to put the counter on the Forsaken Miner, which then lets us use the priest ability. Right. There's a lot of stuff going on with this deck, to be fair. All sneaky peeky, like they do get an energy here. We will use this mana to bring back the Scrappy Scavenger, get some tokens going, get rid of a Deathrite Shaman. We don't already have like a proper Fiend out as end game. Can we do anything with untap mana? Not really. That'll be mush. Alright. And now everything's a Priest of the Forgotten God. Which is pretty cool. How many you've got 1, 2 creatures left in our graveyard? Is Grist on Arena? I think Grist is not on Arena. I'm like, is that one of the cards they randomly put on in it takes up to 5, they need 1 more if they have an wait, do they play the Cascade? Do they have an 8th okay, no. They get another spin. Alright, what do we hit? Alright, we have to survive again. Oh, okay, we get there. A 5-0 run through an Emrakul. Nice, we found it. We found our way. Alright, I'll see you in the post-game wrap-up. Alright, post-game. We hit the 5-0 run. We played with that a bunch. And we found some little tricks and things. We didn't really get to use Fiend that much, which is, hey. So we didn't really get to go off with Karvek much, but Miner was incredible. The core of the shell was great. Deck is very rewarding. I've not played it a ton at this point. I've played some other Insidious Roots decks, but finding all the tricks with Cauldron in particular and some of the other things you've got going on, there's a lot of stuff going on here. I think you've got game versus a decent amount of decks in the format. You might struggle again, like temporary lockdowns, a massive beating. You might struggle versus blue white. Whereas these got to like exile your graveyard and stuff like that. But like between the pushes and priest, like priest by itself is like okay. If you're like trying to put like a couple of creatures to play, it's fine. But if you're going wide, you need pushes to kind of clear the way, make sure you can get to things. Might struggle a bit versus red. In that, like, hey, they can just like kill the important creatures and kind of go over the top with Slick Shot before you get a chance to really get your stuff going. That's fair. Even there, you have like the fatal pushes, you have the death rights to gain you some life back. You can get them online. Like, hey, I think you got game versus like a lot of the fields, and post board you can get to tune a little bit depending on what you like. I think that's really really good. Obviously, performed super well here, but there's just like so many things going on, and worst to worst, you have like a not terrible beatdown plan with like Bloodsoaked Champion, Miner, and Scrappy Scrounger, and Forsaken and Females and Catcher get pretty big too. Like your core game plan is like really strong, with like a scuffed beatdown plan and some just wild combo stuff to like finish off with. Like we didn't get to do it, but you can go like Priest, activate Fiend Artisan, get another Priest, go like do some just wild shenanigans here. And hey. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do like, subscribe, share the video around. I think this deck is super, super sweet. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace out.